There exists a rare kind of mind, one that cuts through deception with relentless clarity and untouched by illusion. These individuals do neither merely gather knowledge nor swayed by fleeting emotions. They forge it into unshakable wisdom. They do not seek the hollow comfort of ignorance, but command the raw power of understanding with precision. Their strength does not come from external validation, but from an unbreakable inner foundation, one built upon reason, self-awareness, and the unwavering pursuit of truth. What sets them apart? What rituals shape such indomitable intellects? The answer is not buried in fleeting trends, but etched in the unyielding truths of the Stoics. Those who embrace these principles do not stumble where others fall. They rise, resolute and unbreakable. Now let us unveil the 6 defining habits of the truly intelligent. But before we begin, if you value the Stoic wisdom we share, support us by hitting the like button, subscribing, and watching till the end. 1. They engage in deep self-dialogue. Most people look outward for answers, seeking validation and direction from the world around them. The highly intelligent, however, understand that true wisdom is cultivated within. They engage in deep self-dialogue, not out of madness, but out of mastery. They recognize that the mind, when left unchecked, becomes a chaotic storm of emotions, impulses, and unexamined beliefs. But when trained, it transforms into a fortress of clarity. Through deliberate reflection, they question their thoughts, challenge their assumptions, and refine their beliefs. They do not allow their minds to be shaped passively by external forces. Instead, they actively sculpt their perspectives with reason and discipline. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." The wise understand this deeply. They do not allow negative emotions to govern them, nor do they let fleeting desires dictate their actions. They practice inner dialogue to dissect their fears, dismantle their illusions, and sharpen their intellect. While the world is loud, filled with distractions, opinions, and endless noise, these individuals retreat inward, not to escape reality, but to see it more clearly. They refine their thoughts like a craftsman refining steel, ensuring that when they act, they do so with precision and purpose. Those who cultivate self-dialogue do not wander aimlessly. They walk with intention, guided by the unwavering voice of their own reasoned mind. 2. They possess a great sense of humor. Where the weak are easily offended and burdened by every inconvenience, the intelligent find amusement. They recognize that life is filled with absurdities, contradictions, and unexpected twists. Instead of allowing hardship to crush them, they learn to laugh, not out of ignorance, but out of wisdom. They do not view humor as a mere distraction, but as a powerful tool, one that shields the mind from unnecessary suffering and turns misfortune into a lesson rather than a lament. A sharp mind does not crumble under adversity. It finds light even in darkness. It understands that to laugh at life's challenges is to rob them of their power. The intelligent do not let bitterness take root in their souls. They dissolve it with wit and perspective. They see the ridiculous nature of human folly and refuse to be consumed by it. Seneca reminds us, "It is not that we suffer, but how we suffer that matters." The wise do not take themselves too seriously because they understand that ego is a fragile illusion. To master one's mind is to master the ability to see hardship as comedy rather than tragedy. 3. They embrace solitude. The ordinary man seeks constant company, not out of love for others, but out of fear of himself. He fills his days with noise, distractions, and fleeting interactions to avoid facing his own thoughts. The intelligent man, however, understands that solitude is not an affliction. It is a discipline, a sacred ground where the mind sharpens and the soul strengthens. He knows that true growth is not found in the chaotic noise of the world, but in the quiet depths of his own mind. He does not fear silence. He welcomes it. In solitude, he reflects, dissects his weaknesses, and builds his inner citadel. He turns inward not to escape reality, but to confront it with greater clarity and resolve. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." The wise understand this truth. They do not mistake solitude for loneliness, nor do they seek external validation to feel whole. They use their time alone to refine their thoughts, cultivate discipline, and fortify their will. While others seek comfort in the crowd, the intelligent man finds strength in his own presence. He knows that solitude is not an absence but a presence, the presence of clarity, introspection, and the quiet forging of an indomitable mind. 4. They are open-minded. The weak cling desperately to their beliefs, mistaking rigidity for strength. To them, questioning their views feels like an unraveling of the self, a threat to their fragile sense of identity. The intelligent, however, understand that true strength lies in adaptability. They do not fear new perspectives. They welcome them as a means to refine their understanding of the world. They are not interested in winning arguments or proving themselves right. Instead, they seek to uncover the truth, even if it means discarding their previous assumptions. They do not mistake familiarity for wisdom, nor do they allow pride to trap them in ignorance. Their minds are fluid, not fixed, open, not barricaded. Epictetus warned, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." The wise take this to heart. They recognize that certainty is often an illusion, and the more one believes they have nothing left to learn, the more they expose their own ignorance. They listen, not to craft a response, not to defend their ego, but to absorb, to understand, to grow. 5. They possess high observation skills. Most people move through life as mere spectators, glancing at the world but never truly seeing it. Their eyes are open, yet their minds remain blind. The intelligent, however, do not merely look, they perceive. They read between the lines, hear the unspoken words, and notice what others dismiss. Every movement, every pattern, every fleeting expression is a source of insight. Where others see randomness, they see meaning. Their awareness is not passive, but deliberate. They have trained their minds to be present, to notice the details that others ignore. They understand that wisdom is not only found in books and grand ideas, but in the smallest of moments. Expressions of human nature, shifts in the environment, the quiet rhythm of cause and effect. The world reveals itself to those who are willing to see it. Seneca said, "Nothing is more honorable than a grateful heart." To be truly observant is to be deeply grateful, to recognize the beauty hidden in the mundane, to extract wisdom from the overlooked. The wise do not rush through life distracted by illusions. They are grounded in reality, seeing it as it is, unfiltered, raw, and full of lessons waiting to be uncovered. In every face, in every moment of silence, in every whisper of the wind, they find a truth that others fail to notice. 6. They create solutions, not sorrows. When confronted with obstacles, the ordinary man succumbs to complaint, believing that misfortune has singled him out. He grumbles, he resents, he drowns in his own helplessness. But the intelligent man does not waste time lamenting what cannot be changed. He seeks a way forward. He understands that within every problem lies the seed of its own solution, waiting to be uncovered by those with the strength to look beyond despair. Seneca wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." The wise do not break under the weight of hardship. They are refined by it. They do not create burdens, they create breakthroughs. Where others see dead ends, they carve new paths. Where others see reasons to surrender, they find reasons to persist. True intelligence is not measured by knowledge alone, but by action. It is not about accumulating facts, but mastering oneself. The path is not one of ease, but of discipline. It demands clarity, resilience, and the courage to think beyond the ordinary. Let this be the call to those who seek mastery over their minds. Let this be the awakening of intellect, the sharpening of wisdom. Let us not merely exist, but rise, unyielding, unwavering, and unbreakable.